This is Big Tone in the zone. All right, so I'm gonna start off with what I'm sure is probably gonna be the main event of the night. Brian Danielson versus Zack Sabre Jr. in well, what they call in the Dream Match, and quite frankly, I think it is. I think this is gonna probably be the best match of the night. It's gonna be a technical fiasco, yeah, and it's gonna satisfy the fans. I expect Danielson to come down to a final countdown now. I think he's going to be doing that at all of his PLE big events. Here I go, PLE. In AEW, it's still pay per view. Yeah. So every special show, every special match, Danielson is still going to come down to the ring with that tune, which gets you hyped already. This will be a great back and forth and a nice little showcase for Zack Sabre Jr. for those who don't actually know who he is. Because obviously, he's one of New Japan's best. But like the wider American and worldwide audience might not know this stuff. So it'll be great to see it on display here. As for Danielson, he's just going to do what he does. Because I mean, I like his story, how they're trying to carve out a legacy before he eventually hangs it up. And this is a hell of an opponent for him. But that being said, I do like Zack, but I don't think he's going to be the person. Hangman Adam Page versus Swerve Strickland. Yeah, again, this is going to be a match I think that's going to surprise a lot of the audience because, like, Hangman, everyone knows what he's capable of and everyone is behind Hangman. But I'm not sure everyone is so sold on Swerve as that main eventer. But like the matches he's had, man, like some of them have just been truly outstanding, and I feel he just needs that extra push to like elevate him into that upper echelon of AEW where he can be challenging for world titles and even winning them quite comfortably. So like I feel that this is gonna be a real like showcase for Swerve of what he can do. But ultimately I don't see Hangman like losing this one. Especially as like Hangman's high profile match wins haven't been like all that lately. So I think they probably sooner rather than later want to thrust Hangman back into world title contention, whether it's ROH or whether it's AEW. I feel that's what they got planned for him. So with that being said, Hangman Adam Page for the win. FTR versus Aussie Open for the World Tag Team Championships. Again, this is going to be a great little back and forth match. I feel like they've got a styles that probably are not going to clash as much as, say, a team such as the Young Bucks fighting FTR. So I feel this is going to be a good, solid back and forth between both teams. And again, I like how they're pushing Aussie Open really to make them out to be something pretty spectacular, as they actually are. So I'm looking forward to a good showcase between these two. As for who's going to win, it's FTR. Sorry, Aussie Open. I do love you boys, but nah, like it's not time for FTR to do those belts yet. And when they do, it'll be to someone, I don't know, someone who they really want to push, yeah. But look, there's going to be a great showcase, a great experience of tag team wrestling, and that's what we can only hope for. So, yeah, FTR for the win. MJF in a handicap match versus the Righteous for the Ring of Honor tag team titles. Now, if this was a different team other than the Righteous, I might have said this is where like MJF loses those belts so they can continue like some or start some friction between the bromance between Cole and MJF. But right now, I feel this is just going to be a nice little filler match along that story. Good to see the Righteous actually get on TV though. AEW, man, they've been in Ring of Honor for quite some time. It's good to see them actually get some mainstream shine. But unfortunately, they're going to suffer a defeat at the hands of the world champion, MJF. Interesting to see who these so-called devil guys are going to be, the ones who are wearing MJF's mask. Are they affiliated with him? Are they going to attack him? Is he going to get attacked by Jay White and the Bullet Club Gold? Yeah, a lot of questions and a lot of action to be had. But either way, MJF is still retaining those Ring of Honor titles. Well, it's Chris Jericho and the Golden Lovers of Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi versus the Don Callis family, featuring Kaneshka, Sammy Guevara, and of course Will Ospreay. Yeah, this has potential to be the match of the night, stealing away from Danielson and Sabre Jr. Because again, all the elements in this match is just gonna be this hot fire. Like these 6-man matches they've been doing lately with combinations of these teams have been some of the best things on the card, and this no doubt will follow suit. As for who's gonna walk away with the victory, I would say it would be smart to like make the Don Callis family like continue to dominate and like build them up. If you put this team together, their essential full force dream team together, and they lose for the first time, there's not so much where you can go. And to be honest, Kenny, Jericho, and even Ibushi can afford to suffer that loss. So I'm gonna go the Don Callis family for the win. Christian Cage versus Darby Allin in a 2 out of 3 falls match for the TNT title. Now, I'm glad Christian is the TNT champion. I'm glad, they finally, made the push and sort of ditched poor Luchasaurus being the champion and sort of being the third wheel in the whole thing. And just got directly and made Christian the title holder, even though he was holding the title without being the champion before. Yeah, through nefarious means, I might add. Yeah. I'm just totally enjoying Christian at the moment. He's hilarious. His obsession with calling out people's dead relatives, especially fathers, Man, it's dark, but it sure is entertaining. That being said, a month ago, I would have said that Darby Allin, because of the overtime he's been pulling, showing up at Dynamite, Rampage, and Collision, and really being a constant throughout all 3 shows. Yeah, and sometimes on multiple shows a week, I would have said that Darby Allin is the man to hold that title because he deserves it. And to be honest, who better to make the title feel a bit more fresh and relevant again than good old Darby Allin. But Christian is on such a tear, I'm going to have to go with Christian for the win because this is gold, man. This is gold. We cannot have Christian lose the title so soon. This is one of the best ones of his career as this dastardly uncouth heel. And hell, maybe the rumors are true and Adam Copeland Edge will arrive in AEW, sort him out. Who knows, man? But either way, I look forward to it. Christian for the win. Katsuyori Shibata versus Eddie Kingston for the New Japan Strong Open Heavyweight Championship and also the Ring of Honor World Championship. Yeah, well, they're pushing Eddie hard at the moment, and I like it because, again, he's someone who really deserves to be in the spot that he's in. I don't know if they would ever go as far as making him AEW World Champion, but hell, if not, this is a great other position to be in, an alternative to be in. Yeah, you're a double champion of 2 promotions at the moment. Yeah, so wow, Eddie, you've done well, and I don't imagine that's gonna be cut short anytime, even if it is by what's turned out to be an amazing pure champion. And of course, anyone who knows deep cuts of wrestling knows how great Shibata is, and basically what he's meant to all Japan Pro Wrestling, basically being their big star. So It's good to see him over here making a name for himself and still holding that pure title. This will be a nice back and forth, a good action packed match, but ultimately it is filler. So yeah, Eddie Kingston will be working out with both his titles. Chris Statlander versus Julia Hart for the TBS championship. Now they are pushing Statlander. I still feel that there's problems with her portrayal in her character. I don't think it's her fault at all. I think it's what they're giving her. Like they need to be doing something that makes me think, oh yes, I can't wait to see Chris Statlander every week on TV. Whether that she just comes down and whips everyone's ass unmercifully, yeah. Whether they actually put some development to her character, whatever they do, I'll be happy with that because they are pushing her hard. They had her beat Jade Cargill. They had her beat DMD clean as well. So yeah, let's hope that it's worth it. It's interesting though that Julia Hart has actually been getting strong fan reactions. Yeah, if they wasn't pushing Statlander so hard, I would have actually turned around and said Julia Hart had a good chance here because it looks like the company is actually seeing something in her. Looks like the fans are seeing something in her. But unfortunately, yeah, I feel Statlander's going to be a little bit too much for her. Maybe Brody King gets involved and I don't know, the best friends have to come down and get Statlander's back. Perhaps that will happen. Perhaps that will lead to a feud between those two factions again. Who knows? Yeah, but yeah, Statlander will retain her TBS title. The Young Bucks versus the Lucha Bros versus the Guns versus the new team of Hook and Orange Cassidy in a fatal four-way for a future shot at those tag team titles. Yeah, again, just like the Omega match, this is gonna be an exciting match. Gonna be one of the best of the night, and everyone's gonna go crazy. This is gonna be Spotfest 101 right here, and we're gonna see a lot of crazy stuff that is just gonna have everyone on the edge of their seats, shouting the fabled fight forever. Yeah. As for who wins the match, though, well, let's go through them. You're not gonna have the Bucks and FTR for quite some time after doing this fighting so recently at All In. The Lucha Bros, with Ray Phoenix being a title holder at the moment, I don't think it's gonna be them either. Yeah. As for the Goods, you know, it actually really could work out like that they challenge for the titles. They're actually a good fit, yeah, to go after FTR. However, I've got to go with Orange Cassidy and Hook. I feel this team has been put together, you know, to inject a little incitement into the tag team division. So, whereas it could be the Guns, they'll be a good fit for it. I'm going to go with the new team because I feel they're the shiny new thing and they want an excuse just to have them go up against FTR. So, yeah, Orange Cassidy and Hook for the win. Ricky Starks versus Wheeler Yuta. They're pushing Ricky pretty hard at the moment. I'm enjoying his little interactions with the Blackpool Combat Club. And yeah, this will be a nice little showcase. I feel hopefully they're just going to take the reins off and say, you guys go out there, you're both young, you're both brilliant, have the best match that you can. Yeah, and this match might actually surprise people because I reckon out of all the matches on this card, people might be the least interested in this one, if not the Julia Hart, Chris Statlander one. But I feel like that's wrong in both cases, man. Both are gonna deliver, and I feel this one is gonna over deliver. Yeah, like Ricky's been on a tear, continue to show what he can do, and I think Wheeler Utah is a start waiting to happen. So hopefully they give us our best. Unfortunately, though, Ricky Starks needs to get his wins back after being beaten by Danielson twice. So, Wheeler, you are the sacrificial lamb for that. So, unfortunately, you ain't winning nothing. So that's Ricky Starks for the win.